Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a KV-2, it's a Tier 6 Soviet heavy tank. It's located on the south spawn of Mines, and it's under the command of the DoomTurtle, or DaDoomTurtle. Well, alongside this, rather colourful KV-2 with all the extra bits on is another KV-2, and it's actually a KV-2R, and that one's got a different skin on altogether. Basically, the KV-2 is a KV-1 which has got an extra big turret on top and 152mm howitzer as its main armament instead of a standard 76mm gun. Now that gun is capable with the HE rounds of doing 910 output, penetrating 86mm of armour, and it's got a burst radius of 3.66 meters. And this rather nice little skin, which is purchased from Wargaming, it's got spotlight machine guns, well, a kind of ram as well for clearing the hedgerows, cutting the hedgerows away, extra oil barrels at the back, and a crane. And you can actually purchase that one from Wargaming. Of course, the skin on the KV-2R is actually one that was created by Sir Rusty, and that is free of charge if you go to his download site. Okay, we've got a Thunderbolt there, but we haven't got a direct line of sight, and if you fire at him, the shell will probably hit the fence and pre-explode. So probably not worth him firing at it just yet. He does fire, and yeah, he just knocks down the brick wall instead. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about those walls, is they are capable of pre-detonating the shell before it hits the target. The same thing actually, funnily enough, happens with hay bales. We've now found out that hay bales are solid objects which can make an HE round go off. Worth bearing that in mind. Klaus Kellerman found that out, going for the Thunderbolts, and this time round he does hit it. 264 hit points, and that's an Arty round just landing there. Okay, there's a KV-2 just around the corner, and another KV-2R as well. He's looking for a shot into that KV-2. Just fired a round. There's that KV-2R. He's just fired as well. Oh, put the round into the side of a heavy tank number 6, but took 2 rounds. One from the heavy tank number 6, which is an 88mm, and another one from the Thunderbolt, which I think is the 76mm high velocity round. In fact, it was an APCR round, that one. Okay, it's loaded again. It's a 21-second reload, or 20 seconds actually in this case. Goes for the Thunderbolt and gets a hit for 271. They've lost their KV-2. Oh, we've been joined by one of our own KV-2s now. Kind of getting in the way, that guy. Thunderbolt's pulling back, so we could push forward. And he's now out the game. Looks like our KV-2 took some damage there from Arty. He's showing some stun. Well, DaDoomTurtle has got a damaged gun at the moment. And can't see... Oh, there's the shot. That's what caused the damage. And there's a 5916 Chinese light tank off there in the distance. I think he's behind that rock, so we can't... Yep, there he's behind the wall actually. That wall will probably pre-detonate the shell, as I said before. Yep, doesn't get any damage on the guy at all. Just knocks the wall down. Scores are even at the moment. The enemy's up above us though. There's an M6 with very low hit points. Okay, the reason we need to turn around is because there's a Type 58 the other side of the rock and on the other side of the hill, and our KV-2s come south, so there's nobody guarding the east side of the map at the moment. And so DaDoomTurtle's decided to push up here, and good job he does. Type 58 takes a hit for 415, and we blocked the shell that came back. We're going to need the help of our teammates now because we're still reloading. Took around an 85mm round for 133. That went in through the side of the turret. And now he's out of the game, and that's the second kill. There's still a large number of enemies out there, but we can only see 2 of them at the moment. We're only 1 tank down on the enemy. But they've got nobody spotting for them on this side now. We know that they've still got 4 tank destroyers, 2 Nashorns, an SU-100 and a box tank. Oh, he just blind killed a Nashorn. He was sitting on top of that ledge above the enemy cap, and he just blind killed him. He fired in that general direction, and yes, it hit the Nashorn, blew him to pieces. There's another Nashorn above us, an SU-100 in the corner in grid square K6, K5. So they only have 1 other tank destroyer we haven't seen, and that's the box tank. Now he's probably on the west island. There's an M44. There's 2 M44s. One of them's nearby. And yes, although he gets a hit on us for 201 hit points, quite a big hit at that. Can't see where the hole was. There's the other M44. Only 2 Arty on the enemy team. We just lost a teammate. The KV-2's wiped out. Taken out by the box tank. There's the M44, and he's gone now. That's a Pascucci's medal and his 5th kill. Now, the Nashorn and the M6 are in the castle grounds. The M6 is very low on hit points. I seem to remember the Nashorn has quite a few, but he does have that 88mm gun. And there's the M6. Very low hit points. Just a near miss will be enough to take him out of the game. Nashorn behind us. He gets around into our rear. Have to deal with that. We can't let that Nashorn do it again. He will be the end of us if he does. And if that M6 pokes, then we can take him out. Unfortunately, we just lost our teammate. There goes the M6, taken out by our M44, who's about to die because there's a box tank at the other end. The Nashorn comes down from the cliff and makes himself vulnerable, and there you go. That's a Top Gun. We just bounced around from that SU-100Y, the box tank. Looks like it hit the side of the vehicle instead of the turret. Now he's got a fairly long reload as well, but we're still reloading us on top of that. Now, is he going to push forward? No, he's side scraping. The box tank is very boxy, so it's fairly easy to actually hit the superstructure without exposing yourself to the gun. And the enemy's capping, and that will be the SU-100. Only 2 left to kill. Can he spot the top corner of that box tank? Only needs to see a bit of it to wipe him out because he's low on hit points. There he is. Yes, good shot. That's 7 kills. Still possible for him to get a Radleys. Now, the SU-100 can carry a 122mm gun, and if he does, he's capable of doing 390 alpha. So he could wipe us out with one round. In fact, he could load an HE round and put that HE round near us to take us out the game as well, because, of course, we're very low on hit points now. That Nashorn took away 271 hit points during that one shot. Now, we'll probably be able to see the SU-100 from up on the hill, and he's going to probably be waiting for us as well to poke our nose out, but not from this corner. Okay, he must be around the other side. There he is! He's moving in the cap, and good hit. 327, but it wasn't enough to finish him off. But he has got a reset. Now, it'd probably be advisable to pick a new spot to come out at, because the SU-100Y might be... oh, the SU-100Y, it's an SU-100. Sorry. He's probably waiting for us to poke on this corner now. Oh, but he's still capping. Yeah, good idea to actually go around and come out from a different angle. Oh, right. Well, this is a bold move. He's actually decided to go down and confront the guy face to face. He can probably wipe him out with one shot now. And since he's still in the cap, he won't see our approach, because you can't see the approach from this angle. It's not easy to spot around those rocks. Now, if he's ready, he could probably get a shot off very quickly to kill us, but if DaDoomTurtle gets this right, it's a Radley Walters, and he wins the game. There he is! Yes! Does it! Well done! Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for DaDoomTurtle in the KV-2. He managed to get a hand of God, surviving the battle, having received damage from 4 different enemy tanks. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 21. He got a duelist for taking out 2 tanks who damaged him during the game, and a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. He got a few epic medals in this game, as well as some battle hero ones. He got the Pascucci's medal for killing 2 enemy Arty, a Radley Walters for killing 8 enemy tanks, he killed 8 exactly, a Spartan for bouncing around when he had less than 10% of his hit points left, a Defender medal for getting at least 70 defense points, and a High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. Let's have a look at the team score. Okay, we did the highest amount of damage in the game, 4,447. The next highest scorer was, in fact, the box tank on the enemy team with 2,190. And after that, it was the ARL-44 on his own team with 1,887. When it came to kills, he had 8. The next high scorer being the SU-100 with 5. And then 4 kills for the M6. He managed to get 1,890 base experience points. Definitely the highest and top in all 3 columns now. 818 to the ARL-44, 451 to the KV-2. He fired 15 rounds, got 13 direct hits and 4 penetrations, 9 splash. Damage of 4,447 hit points, of which 670 were at more than 300 meters. He received 7 hits from the enemy, 4 penetrations, 2 non-penetrations, and 1 hit by way of splash damage. He blocked damage of 600 hit points in total, spotted 3 enemy vehicles, damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 8, and got 98 defense points by resetting the cap. On a premium count, he earned 46,226 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 52,490 credits. He received 1,890 XP, and took away 2,835 experience points altogether. And he actually says that he got his 3rd mark of excellence on the KV-2 a dozen games later. So yes, he certainly does enjoy playing this machine, and it is a lot of fun. And he said a shout out to Ed's the Fig for gifting him the skin. It's a very pretty skin, but I much prefer Sir Rusty's ones, and so that's the ones I normally apply to my vehicles. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.